To me, culture is the customs and beliefs of like a specific group of people, like the way that they do things, their traditions, things that basically get passed down through generations.
Culture is the culmination of everything in a society, a certain demographic area, a certain geographic area, where their arts, sports, history, reading are all combined. This is what people are made of. It's their particular culture for that area.
In my opinion, culture is like a way of life. Your values, your beliefs, how you do things, how you were taught to do things, and basically how you let the world around you influence how you do them.
Culture is a set of values, norms, and traditions that ties a group of people together and gives them a group of people an identity.
I think culture is a way of life and the traditions that go along with it for certain groups of people. I think it involves religion, arts, food, music, and all kinds of other things that make people and places unique.
Culture to me is the story of a people, their history, their language, their customs, their traditions, and just everything that makes them who they are.
Culture is what makes a particular demographic unique. It's what they're known for. It's their traditions. Just for an example, at the University of Alabama, our culture is football. It's what we're known for, and it's what we're good at.
Many people are brought up and raised in different surroundings of the world.
大家好，我告诉你们我什么觉得文化。I'll tell you what I think of culture. I think culture is basically an expected conduct that's learned through family and traditions and passed through that helps define a certain civilization.
Culture is the manifestation of human traits that make a group a group.
Culture is the values, beliefs, and behaviors of individuals of certain groups.
Culture is a set of characteristics that a certain group of people adhere to.
I think usually we think of culture as the values, the traditions, the norms that we grow up with, and that we're surrounded by in our area. A lot of times it's geographical. However, two important things that I think we have to think about is what do we identify with as far as a culture? Because you can be in one culture but completely identify with something else that's very different. And the other thing is cultures are continually changing, and in fact very rapidly right now. My grandmother's culture was very, very different than my culture today, even though we really have similar values and things that we grew up with from Italian households. But globalization is changing culture drastically. So I think that's another facet that we have to bring into the conversation when we're talking about culture. Thank you.
To me, culture can mean a lot of things, but I think overall it means the habits, traditions, customs, ideas, language, and religion that is passed down from generation to generation to within a certain group of people, whether that be people from a certain country or even certain ethnic groups within a specific country.
Culture to me is the basis of our actions, of what we believe and how we interact with other people. This class taught me a lot about culture, about how culture can cause prejudices and stereotypes among different peoples, but also how it can bring people together. This class showed me that I need to be more aware of how I interact with people from different cultures and to respect how they perceive the world and how it may be different from how I see things.
To me, culture is the basis of what makes people unique as well as gives individuals an identity. I've learned over the semester that the differences in cultures can sometimes cause issues around the world when people fail to adapt to changes around them. And I feel more open-minded to other cultures and their personal differences. And in the future, I'm going to try and keep an open mind and reserve my personal judgments in hopes of truly embracing and understanding the many cultures around me.
Throughout the semester, I have learned that it is very important to learn about different people and different cultures. This is something that is required for everyday life, especially in the workplace. I've also become more aware of the assumptions that I make about people, and I try not to make these assumptions. Understanding values of different cultures is also important because this allows for more effective communication while also avoiding misunderstandings and conflict. To me, culture is the way people interact with each other and how they value what is important to them. These behaviors, along with the beliefs of a particular group of people, are passed down from one generation to the next.